Yankees fans are calling out Aaron Judge. You have Mets fans booing Francisco Lindor. Are New York fans ever happy? What's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We have a lot to talk about today, so if this is your first time on the channel, do not be afraid to hit that subscribe button because we do this every single day. We talk about the best baseball news, so this is the best place to be if you want to stay up to date. Now, we do have to bring up Corbin Burns. Unfortunately, he is going on the IL. This came out of nowhere. I thought that maybe he just had a bad start, but no, he was actually injured, so he will be going on the IL and joining his teammate Christian Yelich. Did you know that Christian Yelich has not hit a home run in 7 months? So I'm hoping that he comes back healthy along with Corbin Burns, because if the Brewers have both of those guys healthy, they probably will win that division. I don't know. I still believe in the Cardinals, but most likely the Brewers will come away with that. Now I want to go ahead and talk about Aaron Judge, because he has missed the last 2 games with general low body soreness. And as you can see by these 2 tweets, this one from a verified account mocking Aaron Judge, and then another one who is a self-proclaimed Yankees fan saying that Aaron Judge is just kind of being a wimp with this body soreness. And I just have to say, none of us watching this video are 6'7" and 250 pounds. I mean, unless you're LeBron James watching, if you play 14 or 15 games in a row, you are going to get sore. So I would say let's pump the brakes on Aaron Judge being a wimp, because if you don't remember, a few postseasons ago, he played an entire series with a fractured rib or something like that. So I don't want anyone saying that Aaron Judge is a wimp. When you're that big and you're playing that hard on a consistent basis, you are going to get injured, you are going to get sore. I'm not trying to make excuses, but you have to remember, Aaron Judge, when he's healthy, is a top 5 player in baseball. But I guess the excuses were rampant yesterday, because the Yankees did lose 4-3 against the Orioles, as Trey Mancini was the man yesterday. Trey Mancini, the man. I hate myself. Okay, he drove in the first 2 RBIs for the Orioles as Austin Hayes doubles to score Cedric Mullins, and Cedric Mullins was not done scoring just yet. He hits a sacrifice fly, and that was the 4th and final run for the Orioles, as again, they escape with that 4-3 victory. So I want every single Yankees fan to let me know in the comment section down below, on a scale of 1 to 10, how worried are you about the rest of the season? And that's factoring in Jameson Taillon not being very good. You have Corey Kluber with a good start and then 2 bad starts. And then Aaron Judge missing time with lower body soreness, and all the tweets mocking him. So on a scale of 1 to 10, are you at a 6? Are you at a 2? Because it's only been 20 games. Let me know. Speaking of it's only been 20 games, Francisco Lindor is well aware of the fact that his stats are not up to par, and the New York fan base is letting him know that by booing him endlessly. And he responded.
It's interesting, and it's funny, and it sucks. It doesn't feel right, for sure. Interesting because it's the first time that it happens in my career, and funny because I'm getting booed, and people think I'm gonna go home and just think about why I'm getting booed. You know, I get it. They're booing because there's no results. That's it. They expect results. I expect results.
A lot of Mets fans were sending me DMs and asking questions about if Francisco Lindor has always been like this, because if you don't remember, I'm a Cleveland fan. He was on Cleveland for the last 6 or 7 years. He's called Mr. Smile for a reason. He doesn't really let anything affect him. So when he is saying that it doesn't bother him, he gets back to the hotel and he lives his normal life, I understand why he's going to ruffle a few feathers by saying that, especially considering the Mets are losing and Jacob deGrom is not getting W's, even though he should. Francisco Lindor probably should take the approach of being serious, but this is who he is. He's Mr. Smile. He's always going to have a glass half full approach, and you're just going to have to live with that because you have him for the next 10 years. All right, moving on to some other baseball games. We have some drama in the Cardinals versus Phillies game. Bryce Harper was hit in the noggin, and then Didi Gregorius was hit in the ribs by Genesis Cabrera. And again, that led to some drama in yesterday's game, so we'll talk about that. First and foremost, Kwang Han Kim was fantastic for the Cards. 5 innings, only allowed 1 run, had 0 walks as Matt Carpenter. Let's hope that he starts to wake up that bat, because he's been terrible for almost a year and a half now. Aaron Nolan gives up the lead almost immediately as David Hale hands St. Louis a win on a silver platter with a wild pitch. Now, in between that game, Nolan Arenado was hit in the back, and I don't know if this was retaliation, because the score was knotted up. It's not like you want to give the Cardinals a free runner when you're trying to win the ball game as well. So I'm not saying it was on purpose, but I feel like it was. And I say that because Nolan Arenado, he pretty much just went to first base. He understood the situation, the fact that Harper and Didi were both hit. But then again, Harper sent the pitcher, Cabrera, a text saying, hey, flush it, everything's all good. Cabrera was very remorseful. So I don't think anything was on purpose, maybe aside from that Nolan Arenado hit by pitch. But then again, it was a tie ball game. Why would you give them a free base runner? I don't understand that. The Chicago Cubs beat up the Atlanta Braves yesterday 9-3. Chris Bryant started it off with an RBI. Jason Hayward drove in a few more. As rookie Adbert Alzolay goes a solid 6 innings with 6 strikeouts, only gives up 2 runs. Jake Marisnick hits a home run, and over his last 35 games dating back to 2020, he has a 150 OPS plus. That'll really play. Now, speaking of some more drama, Marcel Ozuna pimped a home run. Now, he probably should have because it was 480 feet, but this was one of those scoreboard moments where he was losing and he decided to showboat. Even earlier in the year, Fernando Tatis Jr. hit a moonshot, but because he was losing, he didn't showboat or anything crazy like that. So Twitter kind of erupted saying, Marcel, look at the scoreboard, stop thinking about yourself. But I also understand that it's entertainment. And what does baseball need? Entertainment. So let me know in the comment section down below, are you okay with Marcel Ozuna showboating and taking a selfie even though he's losing? It's a little cheesy if you ask me, but it did entertain me, so it was kind of a win-lose. Actually, I don't really care. I'm not a fan of the Cubs. I'm not a fan of the Braves. As a baseball fan, that's funny. Hopefully, yesterday was the breakout game for Matt Chapman. Easily his best performance of the year. He hits a home run, and Chris Bassett goes 6 innings, only allows 2 earned runs, and he has been racking up the strikeouts. 9 Ks in just 6 innings. Chapman then hits a go-ahead and game-winning double to overcome the nasty Rays starting pitcher, Shane McClanahan. This dude went 4 innings. Now, I know that's not the longest start, but that's probably because he is getting used to Major League Baseball and the hitters that he has to face going forward. But he throws a 101 mile an hour two-seam fastball as a starter. That is not supposed to be a thing. That is pretty much like Garrett Crochet of the Chicago White Sox all of a sudden saying, you know what, I'm going to go the next 5 innings throwing 101. I mean, I would not want to face that. But good for the A's. They make the comeback and they steal that victory. And we're not done talking about nasty pitchers. There's one guy on the Rockies that we really have to bring up, and we'll talk about that in just a moment, because the Diamondbacks, they deserve all the credit in the world. Their offense had their pitchers back. David Peralta, Josh Rojas, and Pavin, I'm not entirely sure how to say it up. They tied up with a few extra base hits, and then Eduardo Escobar hit his first triple of the season. If you don't remember, back in 2019, he led Major League Baseball with 10 triples, so he is no stranger to hitting triples. David Peralta's single, that allows the bullpen to kind of relax and come in for the save, so the Diamondbacks win 5-3. Justin Lawrence, I want to showcase him real quick, of the Rockies. He's a kind of side armor. It's not all the way, but he is definitely not over the top. He's kind of a side armor, but he throws 101. How are you supposed to hit this as a lefty? You don't want to get hit first and foremost, so you're going to be a little bit timid to swing, and now it's doing... I mean, so he's throwing a blitz ball. This is witchcraft. So between Shane McClanahan and Justin Lawrence, both of them, their teams lost yesterday. I mean, it just goes to show you, even in a losing effort, you're going to have guys coming and throwing 101 with insane movement. That's why the strikeouts are going way up. The White Sox swept the Detroit Tigers in yesterday's doubleheader. The Tigers are playing terribly as of late, and my boy Akil Baddoo, we got to get some magic going, because he has not been very good over the last 7, I would even say 15 days. So hopefully he can spark a rally or do something, because Matthew Boyd gave up 2 earned runs and then left the game with an injury, I believe. I think he's going to be all right, but the Sox offense, they take advantage. Yohan Moncada and Garcia, they drive in 6 RBIs combined, and then Dylan Cease never ceases to amaze me. That might have been his best start of his career, and your mean Mercedes, 450 to dead center. He is now up to 33 base hits. That is first in baseball. 5 home runs, a 423 batting average, first in baseball, and then an insane 227 OPS plus. Where in the heck did they find this guy? Wait, hold on. I actually talked about game number 2 first. Let's go back to game number 1. So the White Sox won 3-1 as Carlos Rodon continues to show that he is the favorite to win the American League Cy Young Award. 6 innings, 12 strikeouts, only 1 earned run, and over his last 25 innings, he's only given up 7 base hits. That is wild. The White Sox give him a W in the 5th, so he is now 4-0 on the season with a .72 ERA. And after that game 2 win when they swept the Tigers, They are now 8-2 in their last 10 games after coming out the gate, really just scuffling and not playing their best. Moncada is on fire as of late. Your mean Mercedes will not stop. The White Sox are not a team that you want to mess with, and so far, their pitching has been their strong suit. The Mariners just barely squeak past the Astros. Taylor Trammell hits a home run in the 3rd inning, and that was all that she wrote for offense for both teams. Yusei Kikuchi took a no-hitter into the 7th inning and racked up 7 strikeouts. Astros starter Luis Garcia, I kind of feel bad for him. He falls to 0-3 on the season, even though he has a 2.7 ERA, so he has been really good, but the Astros just cannot score when he's on the bump. The final 2 games from yesterday, we have Eric Lauer versus Trevor Bauer, so a battle of the kind of hours, but it was a pretty entertaining game. Trevor Bauer throws a complete game, but he had a mistake pitch to Travis Shaw, so those are the 2 runs for the Brewers, and Eric Lauer throws 5 scoreless innings. The bullpen was able to suppress the Dodgers for the rest of it, and then Colton Wong's defense pretty much saved it because that could have resulted in a rally, and the Dodgers could have stolen the W, but the Brewers win 2-1, and then last but not least, the Rangers beat the Red Sox 4-1. Both starters do their best to win the game. Kyle Gibson of the Rangers, 6 innings, only 1 earned run. Perez of the Red Sox, almost 6 innings, 1 earned run and 7 strikeouts. But then newcomer Sawamura of the Red Sox gives up a 2-run home run to Trevino, and then Kiner Falefa, he joins in on the action as well. And that does it for today's MLB recap. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like on the video. Follow me on my social medias, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch. All of it is at Fuzzy from YT. And if you're going to any ball games, use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save 20 bucks off. And enjoy this day in MLB history.
Mark McGwire. I think he got a lot of this one, Ray. What do you think? Where's it going to land?
Did it hit it? Hit the sign?
Watch the Budweiser sign, fans.
Something that's never been done ever here at Jacobs Field.